On the Water Railroad here. I was taking the path out there here trying to get around a fallen tree, tripped and fell and got landing on buttons of ants. Apparently when I tripped and fell, I was laying right on top of that ant hill. Luckily for me, it's just the ordinary black ants, which are not out. Okay, thought I got them all off me. They're not. That's a spider. Never mind. Yeah. There's a spider on my forehead. I don't come down here very often. It's just so hard to get down here. I used to come here a lot. After that 2001 flood, it's easier to get down here. I came here a few times because I was still in high school. And then it grew out to where you couldn't get down here at all. Then the 2010 flood cleared all this off. We can get down here again. 2014 flood. Every time you get a massive flood in the area, it clears all this off. I think it's been a massive flood along Dumluke Creek here since 2014. Now there has been floods since then, but nothing major. Come think of it, 2018 is the last big flood in Dumluke Creek, which was 2 years ago. Wasn't enough to actually do any damage here, except for that washout near Bandit Rail line in Mount Hope. Well, didn't wash out the track completely, but it's enough to wash out with a track is starting to slide down the hillside. 2014 flood actually destroyed a train trestle, and all they called and had to rebuild it because it's on the active line. All this rain here lately, I'm surprised there hasn't been a major flood through here. Somehow Dumluke Creek hasn't flooded that bad this year. All the rain in February, you'd think we would have. Not we got like a week or two ago, you think it would have. But right here's Dumluke Creek. I love coming down here, I don't do it very often. Mainly because it's so hard to get down here, all the bus you have to go through. It's a pretty long walk too. There's not really many spots where you could park your car and go. It's mostly private property all around this. All of this area is pretty much public lands is owned by the state. And that one spot, Turkey Knob, you could park, but it's only a mile from my house, less than 2 miles from my house, so I just walked the whole way. Figure why go like 2 miles in the car, or maybe a mile and a half, and then to get out and walk like another half a mile. Because I know in front of me, there's no way you can park, it's not on private property when you get down that one spot. Now I'm recording. This area ain't too bad. No, the rain we got in recent years. I love coming down here. So the waterfall, this is the one day I can relax. Monday, June 1st, 2020. One day I can relax and then take it easy. The next 2 days I'm going to be really busy and not have much free time. Yeah, I think the creek is up slightly still, but not much. Past couple of days, now down there's the private property, yes. I probably got like another couple hundred feet before I get there. But this is probably one of the first times in over a month I've seen Dumluke Creek running normal. It might be up slightly, but I think this is what it should be running, normal flow. This ain't gonna last long though because Thursday it's gonna start raining again. We're supposed to get a lot of rain Thursday and Friday this week. I'm looking forward to going back to work full time. Well, I'll probably start part time if I go back full time. Here lately I've been relying on all the odd jobs I do for people to survive. How beautiful waterfall. I've went swimming in there a few times over the years. It's actually fun. I haven't done it for years. Me and my brother used to come down here. And he decided he's going to climb the waterfall. scares me half to death because the creek was running a little bit lower than usual that day. So it wasn't running like nearly as fast as it was now, but still had a current. He climbs up to the top of the waterfall, starts bragging how he did it. Next thing I know, he's gone. I start freaking out because he says that. I spun my head for a second, turn back around, he's nowhere in sight. I start to freak out. He comes out from under the water way down there, and that's that rock way down there. Comes out from under the water, stands up and starts trying to get out of the creek. I went over there to help him. He didn't know what happened. He said 1 second he's jumping up and down, staring about the fact he climbed to the top of the waterfall. Next second is like 20 feet away, wondering what happened. He's lucky he didn't get killed that day. I miss my brother. A few years back he was killed in a car crash. He went home to be with the Lord after being killed in a car crash. I miss him, but I think about the stuff that we did that he should have killed him but didn't. That one there probably should have killed him. And the time he fell off the ladder of that house I bought for the back taxes that we were trying to fix up, he fell off the ladder when we was trying to replace a window on the second floor. That could have killed him too, but he didn't. I miss him, but I can't help but think about all the crazy stuff he done that he survived that should have took his life, and something like a car crash took his life. Usually this time of year I can walk right there, so maybe the creek gets that slightly. Because usually, maybe not, maybe it's some erosion from the rain, but usually there's a path just barely wide enough to walk. Kind of like you put your feet here like walking on a cliff ledge, just a few inches, no more than 2 or 3 inches wide. But just wide enough, if you hold onto the rock, you can balance your feet like a tightrope rope. So maybe the creek is slightly up above normal. Most likely it's not. Most likely the dirt and rocks that's there is washed away. I don't know. I just thought I'd been here for a while. I'm near the cold camper Dairy Hill. There's a good example of what that area there usually looks like. Except for the water's usually lapping against it instead of like a little drop. Yep. Good memories here. I love living around here. I think if I moved out with my sister and brother-in-law lived in North Carolina, I would miss it. Now this is the kind of area that's got to be careful. 2 things to watch out for: snakes and yellow jackets. Because the yellow jackets love building nests in the ground. I learned the hard way. You put some mud over a spot in somebody's yard, they come after you. I'm more likely to run into a yellow jacket's nest mowing grass for somebody than I am walking a path like this. Because paths like this, you can see them. Mowing grass, a lot of times you don't realize you're hitting a nest until it's too late. But I still have to watch out for the snakes here. You know, this is the spot where I found those glass insulators. Down over the hillside, there was a drought one time. A couple years back, there was a severe drought. And I'm down there walking the creek bank looking to see if I could find. I found two glass insulators. See, now that stream's got plenty of water in it. You follow it, it goes underneath the railroad tracks up here. Still a lot of trains that come through here. It's funny because the Water Railroad and Glens End Canal Railroad followed directly beside each other at one time. The Water Railroad is now gone. The Glens End Canal Railroad, which is now owned by R.J. Corman, is right there. Now what's funny is when the train does come, it's confusing because with the waterfall, you can't hardly tell if there's a train or not until you blow the horn crossing at Dairy Hill mine crossing. Of course, there's a couple of houses there now up on the hill above where the mine used to be. It's like one coal camp house and one newer model house. I think there's 2. Okay. I think there's 2 coal camp houses still standing. One up on the hill and one over here. Come think of it. When I was a kid in grade school, grew up in the 90s, there was a decent amount of coal camp houses through here. I know up on the hill there's at least 4 or more up on the hill, which is now a private drive. But the one newer one, the one original one, is actually privately owned by the same family. one of the original houses actually burnt down. The next one over to it that was still there when I was growing up actually was bought out by the family that owned the other ones. Owned the other one, and I just paid to have it demolished and make their yard bigger. And then you got some trailers and stuff here. When I was growing up in the 90s, there was like at least 6 of the coal camp, of the original coal camp houses still standing. Now it's 2, one on the hill, one down here. I can point out one of it here in a minute if I can get up the hill here. Okay, this wasn't easy. Makes I'm still recording. I probably won't be coming down here again for a while. Maybe along the track, but not along that pipe. It's too hard to get. Unless it's a major flood, of course. Then after the water recedes, that area will be clear. I did not enjoy major floods because of what they do to people's homes and properties and what they do to the landscape. The only thing that I can say about that that's positive is these abandoned railroad right-of-ways. They do clear them off, and it looks, after the water's receded, a lot of times it looks like a bulldozer went through there when it's just the power of the water. That's that one original coal camp house. I'm not going to focus too on it because the family lives there. They see me with the camera, they might freak out. There's one that's set straight back here, some kind of building. I'm not so exactly what it was, but it's still there until a couple years ago, and they demolished it. Well, the people who lived there tore it down. I wouldn't say demolished because they tore it down, saved what would could be saved, and burnt what couldn't be saved, and hauled away what couldn't be burnt. But I don't know what the building was. It looked like some kind of barn type building, but I don't know exactly what it was. I thought the company store, but then I was told the company store was farther up on the hill here, which would make sense because it'd be too far from the railroad tracks. So I don't know if that's a company store or not. It may have been, but I really don't know. Well, if it was, it ain't there now. But I know in 2013 there was still one coal camp house here, and it collapsed one day. I'm literally walking down the tracks. A beautiful, peaceful day like today, I hear a loud crashing sound. I mean a violently loud crashing sound, to the point the ground under my feet was shaking. I didn't know what was going on. I'm freaking out, about to have a panic attack. I see the cloud of dust, and the cloud of dust clears. I realized the abandoned house that's been abandoned as long as I can remember. Well, almost as long as I can remember, had collapsed. I think I was a kid in grade school. My great uncle come to visit and help out elderly ladies like in his early 90s that lived there. Of course, she passed away when I was probably no more than 8, 9 years old. I wonder if somebody still lives in that trailer. So, and then the family just let the house set and fall down. Nobody took care of it after that. It was nice because it had the original stuff. There goes a deer. It was nice because it still had the original wood siding. I bet most of the original stuff from back in the day was still there. That lady could have been born in the late 1800s for all I know. Because I remember when I was 8 years old, that would have been, I probably would have been 92. Yeah, I was born in 85, so, and actually it would have been 93 when I was 8 years old. I would have been 8 in 1993, so, but see, it's in somewhere in the 90s. I guess more deer. But I know the water railroad is right there in the Glens and Canal here. Both railroads far besides on it for a while. I need to pan out and go to different places. I've been exploring mostly Raleigh, Fayette, and Wyoming counties when it comes to coal, abandoned mining stuff and railroad stuff and historic structures. I think I've done here lately. I've done most of exploring the county I live in, which is this one, Fayette County. I've been doing a lot like a walk to. I need to plan an out of town trip. I'm not doing the trips to North Carolina to visit my sister. I thought I'd go to Charlotte, North Carolina. There's too much craziness going on, so I'm gonna wait a while. Let things settle before I go anywhere out of state. Because going out of state right now would probably not be a good idea. Mike got the Rolling Explore some of the historic town of Rolling. I just got to call my friends that live up there and make sure it works out before I go up there. Because they just let me stay in a spare bedroom in a big huge house they got, which I think is haunted. According to Karen, the house is haunted. Maybe I'll do a little paranormal investigating while I'm there if it is, but I don't know. I'm going to end the video here. If not, I'm going to make it way too long, because I think I'm kind of borderline to the point where the video's a little too long.